divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the Raiders coming up next.
Just west of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, we're at the site of Super Bowl 58, Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, we begin the divisional round with a tremendous matchup. It's the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. So glad you have joined us. It's a divisional round matchup here in the playoffs. Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner, both these teams feeling the momentum, feeling good. They won last week on Wild Card Weekend. They're starting to look forward and dream Super Bowl. One of these teams gets to the conference championship game. What are you looking for in a game like this?
Yeah, and you're... Both these teams we saw just a week ago play really well in their wild card matchups. So now they find themselves one game away from the conference championship. And it really comes down to, at this stage of the game, Mike, it's not who's practicing the best. Those reps have been really cut down. Right now it's about getting your legs back and understanding who are we as a team, who is our opponent as a team, and who is going to play the best. Well, in a couple minutes this thing's going to be kicked off, and we're going to find out.
The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led out by their quarterback from the University of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
You have to figure, Mike, this is a confident quarterback coming into this one. He played such a large role, not only helping them win the division, but then he followed it up last week with a big wild card victory. Now, 1 week away from a championship game in front of their home crowd, everything is falling into place. But if they want to play next week, we're going to need another big game from their leader. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down. He gets this up past the 40-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll go again with Mitchell. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Play action, it's Ridder. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Back to throw, Ridder. That's complete. Highland grabs it. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
They'll run here with the rookie. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
Now, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. With that big-time throw, they got a shot now with first and goal to end this opening.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Elijah Mitchell. Touchdown, Raiders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Here's Michael Badgley for the point after. It's up and good. And the Raiders are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback, first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to get ready for the offseason.
Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, Watson. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. One quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. It's the Raiders with the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Watson to throw again. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Watson. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense. Still 4th down.
So that brings up 4th down. The veteran Jake Bailey called on to punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Here comes Jackson on the return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense and Elijah Mitchell getting ready for their next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's go now.
From the gun, it's Ritter. He'll get this complete to his tight end Bowers. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Ritter. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's in. Devontae Adams. Touchdown, Vegas.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Badgley's extra point is good. And the Raiders move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Laviska Shenault. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Watson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He'll try to run for it. Ho-ho! He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Now first down throw for Watson. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get 20 on the connection. First down, Broncos. Now it's Watson. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. On first down, Watson. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. Throwing again is Watson. This one taken in by Chenault. And he's into the end zone. LaVisca Chenault. Touchdown, Broncos.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense going to take over just before the half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Ritter. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. So we are at halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report. It's all yours, Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. It was a running back, Elijah Mitchell, who stood out in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Austin now to return this. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Another run here for Robinson. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. They'll go again with Robinson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On first down, right back to Robinson. He plunges forward for a couple of yards to carry on Richardson there on the tackle. They'll come up on a second down and 8. To throw is Watson. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
Throwing is Watson. Now, and he will score. Deshaun Watson. Touchdown, Denver. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
His kick is good. That ties the game at 14.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down.
Ready, check white, blue check.
They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
Throwing now. Ritter on first down. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On second down, it's Ritter. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there, and that is going to bring up fourth down.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
Badgley's kick is good. And the Raiders move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Austin now to return this. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. Back to throw is Watson. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship. And he's out of bounds here. It's a big pickup at the end here of the third quarter of play.
On the ready. Here we go, set. Yellow, line.
On the ground, here's Mitchell. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Look wide, get this one complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Let's go now. Cut.
Back to throw, Ritter. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep to receive is Calvin Austin. And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. As this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Open man, it's Davis downfield. And he's out of bounds, very close to the 40-yard line. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the 1st down as well. Out of the gun, Watson. Now he takes off.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Watson. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. The quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's Robinson. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading is a bit shaken up. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Tried to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force 4th down.
Here we go. The noise is, and this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
One play, 4th down. Everything you've done comes down to this point, Mike. I mean, what a finish. Somehow they dial up the play they need when they need it the most. And it looks like they're going to get out of this one with a victory.
Raiders 17.
So So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's first down.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Ritter. Now he'll air one out. He's got it. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish. They win it on the final play.
Mike, I don't think either one of us has taken a breath for about the last 5 minutes. I mean, what a game, but what a finish. There's just nothing like playoff football, and this was about as riveting a finish as you could possibly imagine.
So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders. They will continue on in these playoffs. They're now one step away from a Super Bowl appearance. We'll have a tough one coming up next Sunday in the conference championship game. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other winners outside. So long from Vegas.